Let's talk about Hiragana and Katakana, the first two alphabets that you have to learn if you want to learn Japanese. And for most people, they're very simple to learn. You've got 46 Hiragana and 46 Katakana characters. And they're no problem for most of us because you have just basic writing exercises. You just write them out a couple of times, 5-10 times. Do some basic reading flashcards, and most people have no trouble with it. But there is a huge opportunity, I think, that we're missing in taking our first few steps to learn Japanese. Because the way that you learn Hiragana and Katakana, it's going to set you up. It's going to set you up for how you learn in the future, for future vocabulary, and for the kanji. All 2,200 of those lovely characters. So, because I feel the way that you learn kanji should be the way that we learn Hiragana and Katakana. So how do you learn kanji? Well, we're going to learn with two things: mnemonics and context. All right, mnemonics and context. I feel that's the way that is a very powerful way to learn kanji. So let's apply it to learn Hiragana and Katakana, so we can get the right step. Start with the right step for learning Japanese. Okay. So we're gonna go to the board here, and because we got to talk about Hiragana, right? What is Hiragana? What is Katakana? What do they look like, right? Well, we're gonna use an example here, and this channel we use anime examples, right? So this example comes from RE0, very first episode. This is like the first 2 minutes of the series, so there shouldn't be any spoilers. All right, in that scene, there's this kombini scene where Natsuki Subaru, he's getting these future flashes of, what's about to happen. And it's cool because, it's just, his humdrum, boring life as a NEET, neat, I guess you call it. I don't know. It's just a really funny scene, I thought. But in that future flash, you're going to hear this line, all right? You're going to hear, dame da. Nigero. Hayaku. Alright. So, you're gonna hear this line, Dame da, nigero, hayaku. And as you can see, it's kind of melting on the board because that's how dang cold it is out here. But everybody asks me, why you record outside? Well, because, I don't know, you can't just stay inside and watch anime all day. You gotta get out there, man. You gotta get out there and learn some Japanese. So that's why we're out there, or we're out here. So there's the line you hear, and after that it'll flash back to the kombini. And in the kombini, he's about to buy some food, Natsuki Subaru, and he says, "Yappa, nato, nato." Nato wa ne na. All right. Sorry about that little error right there, but I think we can read it still. So, what is hiragana? Well, hiragana is right here, and it's here, and it's here, and it's here over there, and over here as well. So it's pretty much like everywhere. It's used for grammar. It's used for vocabulary. It's attached to these kanji here, and it's going to form more vocabulary. It's very common, as you can see. So you got your kanji here, and you've got a little bit of katakana right here. So I'll put like two ones, so differentiate between these single lines. So here's your katakana, here is your hiragana. And the way that you remember how to write all this, it's with context and mnemonics, all right? So let's start with some mnemonics. So, as you can see, we're going further and further down the rabbit hole to learning Japanese. Now, mnemonics, right? If you want to learn them hiragana and katakana, you have to learn these mnemonics to help you recall them when you're practicing writing them for the first few times. All right, so you got to start with a, I, u, e, and o. And the mnemonics go like this. Let's start with a. So looks like this, and that's how it's written. And it reminds me of Bruce Lee a little bit, because he got these arms out here, and it's like, you know, Bruce Lee, he's doing like these, he's doing this like dragon kick or something. And that's what I see every time I see that character. And what does Bruce Lee say when he does his kicks? Ah! Just like that. And that helps me remember it. E. As there's E, and E reminds me of that very awkward guy in every photo, and like he's in the backdrop and he's just sitting there like E, like this. So there's two little thumbs. Those can help you recall E. And actually, if you say E in Japanese, that means good. Just like, you know, two thumbs up means good or great. That's E. Let's do U. U is next. U, it looks like two people in public bumping elbows to each other. So, you know, you got that elbow on top, you got the elbow on the bottom, and, you know, they bump into each other. And what do you say when you bump into somebody? Ooh, 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 sorry. So that helps me remind me of ooh. E looks like a victory pose, or like you're like chillaxing. And what do you do when you're relaxing? You put your arm around your head, you have one hand out here, and you're like sprawled out, and you just say out loud, eh. So there's for you. And O is little, kind of like and but it's got little tiny arms like this. And it reminds me of a waiter, because, you know, waiters got their hands up like this, and you could see like a drink of some kind coming out of his hand. And, you know, because he's tripping over himself with his legs here. And what do you say when you drop something? You say, oh, or oh my God, or oh shit. So there's your stories to help you recall these characters. Now, on that board over there, I wasn't thinking of these stories when I'm writing them out, because I've written these characters out over and over. It's new characters, like if you're first learning a, I, u, e, o, and you're in practice, and you have to recall them. Okay, you're given some context, and you have to think. All right, it's a is missing. How do I write a? Don't try to think what it looks like. Think of the story. Think of that story that we did. Bruce Lee. Okay, now I have some hint of how to write it. Okay, and I'm thinking then he's doing like one of those dragon kicks in his movie. Okay, and then I can remember the stroke order. Or you're trying to do and you know it's that's missing in the context, but you have to recall that story, because you see, when you use your imaginative memory, it makes things a lot more interesting, a lot more fun, and your study sessions go a lot faster, and you can remember things not just in your short-term memory, but your long-term memory, because it's so easy to remember the story rather than what it looks like. And when you learn the kanji, you'll learn that your imaginative memory is much stronger than your visual memory. So there's mnemonics, and let's move on to what we got, the context. So you have to learn these new letters in context of real Japanese words. So there's a, I, U, E, O. There's 5 letters right there. So we're gonna learn 5 new vocabulary words, and altogether it'll be 92. Because you got 46 hiragana, 46 katakana, 92. And the other 8, well, I'm sure everybody knows at least 8 Japanese words. You've got konnichiwa, hancho, kun, senpai, and I'm sure you can come up with at least another 4. So let's look at our first 5 letters and our first 5 words. So we're gonna do is for aka, which means red. Let's do E, as we learned, is good. So E means good. And for U, let's do uma, which means horse in Japanese. And E can be eki, which means train station. And O can be onna, which means woman. There you go. You got 5 new words to learn. And for to test these in context, we're going to do close exercises. All right, and if you're thinking this is like stuff you did in elementary school, or you're dang tootin' you're right, because you got to do elementary exercises to learn elementary words. All right, don't be ashamed of that. Okay, it's a lot of fun and it's really easy. Make it easy for yourself. Okay, don't learn like an adult. You don't always have to do that. Okay, it's okay to learn like a kid sometimes. So you've got these great exercises called close exercises, where you're gonna see a picture, okay? Picture of, let's say, a horse in this case, and some letters you can't read yet, but that's okay. All you gotta do is think of that horse. Horse in Japanese is uma. Aha, uma. U's the first letter. Okay, so how do I, yeah, the elbows, the two elbows that hit each other, ooh. So then you have to write those elbows, the story of those two elbows touching each other, just like that. So there's your first example. And the second one, all right, we got a picture of a girl here. So this girl, she is an onna. All right, okay, onna starts with O. O is, oh my God. The guy, the waiter, right, who spilled his drink. It said, oh my God. So you just got to write the waiter, and then you can do it just like that. So, there you have it, some very basic, easy exercises. Let yourself have fun. And if you're worried that, that we're just, practicing writing rather than reading, well, it's just like learning the kanji. When you can write them from memory, reading becomes effortless. Reading, it becomes automatic, okay? So you don't even have to worry about reading. And you have this context right here to practice reading future letters. They'll help you out as well. All right, so you're gonna have to make those flashcards. I'll put a list of words in the description below, and you can get started. You gotta just pick a picture for every one of these new words and letters, and set them up like this, where you're gonna pick the first letter. You're gonna take out the first letter, and you're gonna have to write it in your notebook. All right, that's it. Let me know for new ideas for new videos, and we'll see you next time.